Oh my god.
What just happened?
I don't even know.
What is this video about? We don't know.
Whatever.
Bedazzled vaginas.
We're ready to start? Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
I always get so nervous.
Let's do this. Hello everybody, welcome back to another PJ Chats. Today, I have a very special guest. This is Jessie. I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. So Jay has been staying with me for the past, it's almost been a week now, hasn't it? It's been close to a week.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been doing something called Goddess Week, which is basically just like true love week in a way. Like showing yourself love, enjoying each other's company, just like good stuff. And I really want to film a video with her, especially PJ Chats, because Jay and I have some really good PJ Chats in real life.
That's true.
But do you want to announce to the peeps what our like topic or like our start off topic is?
Okay.
Do it, man.
Won't they see that in the title of the video?
But you should also announce it.
Okay. As you can see below. So today we're talking about FOMO to flow. Hopefully focusing first on FOMO and getting to the flow later in the video. I'm trying to brainstorm ideas and I was like, why don't we have like a whiteboard? We'll be like, all right, class, with like a ruler. And Maggie was just like, oh my god.
I guess we should start off with FOMO.
What is FOMO?
Well,
How do you define FOMO?
well, it's an acronym for fear of missing out.
I'll write it down on the
Oh,
whiteboard.
you have to drop the whiteboard thing, man. So I think everybody kind of experiences FOMO like to a different, what do you say, like level?
And I was saying I constantly experience FOMO and that you don't.
Yeah.
Exhibit A!
There you go.
So we thought we'd talk about that because I thought
Yeah.
that was so interesting that you didn't have.
Or
Or
like,
we had it for different things.
yeah, like I feel like Jay's FOMO was more like social grouping, like social events. Is that what you'd say? Like getting together with people.
Yeah. If I spent time at home, like doing my own things, there's this like constant feeling of like, I should go out, like I'm sure I'm missing out on something in this day.
I feel like my FOMO is more like things that I know I can't do. Like for example, I was talking to Jessie about how recently, like I think it was last weekend or maybe the weekend before, but there was Calgary Comic Expo going on and like all three of the queens from Rain were gonna be there and I was like, oh my gosh, like so much FOMO that I'm not there. But at the same time, I know that like if I went on my own, I wouldn't have a good time. And I kind of talk myself out of it. I'm like, yeah, okay, so it's like it wouldn't have been as crazy amazing as you thought, but like I still kind of wish I was a fly on the wall. So why don't we like talk about busyness now too?
Yeah.
In relation to FOMO.
We were kind of talking about FOMO in relation to self-care and that like a fear of missing out can take away from your self-care regime.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, well, I have to do what everyone else is doing. We were saying it kind of like in the introversion thing, like I can't stay home and take care of myself because, or at least I suffer from that. Like my fear of missing out is too great, so I end up just like getting busy.
Yeah, and like how people kind of fill their schedules so jam-packed with things in fear of missing out. And for some people that really works. Like some people that's good, that's what they want their life to be. But for people like myself, for instance, I'd rather just have like a couple things cemented in the week and then just be able to kind of adjust my schedule in the flow. But yeah, because you were saying yesterday too, when we kind of talked about this idea that like FOMO is almost like a coping mechanism. Sorry. FOMO, no, busyness is a coping mechanism for FOMO, right?
Yeah.
Because like trying to prevent FOMO from even happening.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if I fill my schedule to the max, I won't be missing out on anything.
Yeah.
But then by the end of the week, you're like,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
and like you're not showered, and like your nails are like 3 feet long because you never have time to cut them, and like.
This can be true, depending on how fast your nails grow. How much biotin you're taking every day.
The most empowering FOMO moment, or unFOMO moment, was when a a prof that I met last summer named Nick Stanger, shout out. He said, like, never give in to FOMO. Like, if you're doing something out of FOMO, like, it's not a reason to do it because it's fear-based, right? So because I was doing this group school thing, and there was like constantly activities that you could go with different groups, and like a lot of the time we'd split off and have different conversations. So you could only choose one group to have a conversation with.
Oh, yes.
And he was like, don't give in to the FOMO. Go with where you want to go.
Yeah.
And don't worry about what you're missing out on, because you can't be more than one place at one time.
Yeah.
And just like commit to the place you are at.
Wow, that's cool. I like that.
Because if you run around like to each group, like, oh, I don't want to miss out on here, I don't want to miss out on there, and then all of a sudden you've missed out on everything.
Yeah, it's like the whole multitasking thing too. Like how we feel like we have to get so much done every single day that we need to multitask.
Yeah.
Like my dad read this article about how only like 3% of the population can actually multitask.
And I am not one of them.
I don't think I read them either. So I don't know where we got to before the camera stopped recording. Kind of relating again to the whole, of course, idea of FOMO, multitasking, all that stuff. Like Instagram is a huge source of FOMO for me. Are you like mocking me to the max right now?
I was trying to act out what you're saying, and I realized it's probably distracting. Me? Distracted? Distracted?
Who? What? Where, when, how? But I think, like, for me with Instagram, there's a reason why I put post notifications on for my friends, because I'm always worried that I'm gonna miss a post and then the person's gonna notice and be like, why didn't you like my post? Even though I feel like I probably shouldn't have to do that, but at the same time, it's like, I want to see my friends' posts.
I think Insta FOMO, any social media FOMO is really dangerous.
Yeah, totally agree.
Maybe that's why I avoid social media, because I know I'm very prone to FOMO.
Yeah.
In some ways.
It's interesting that you're okay with social media FOMO more than you are with like
like
real life FOMO.
Real life FOMO,
it like knocks you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like a nice day outside, but I'm tired and just want to stay home, I'm like, no, gotta go outside. It's a nice day.
Oh my god. It's like you've never seen the sun before.
Yeah.
I think though we should talk about flow now.
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about that yet. So, Jay, what does flow mean to you?
Oh,
or sorry, what were you
saying?
No, it's okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, when we were talking about this video, we were thinking about FOMO and flow. Because we've been talking about flow a lot and how cycles, or productivity goes in cycles. And that when you're in flow, it's not busy, or you are busy, but it's not busyness.
Yeah.
Which we defined as being connected with FOMO, because you're like trying to do a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And there's sort of that like constant anxiety with busyness that is inherent in FOMO.
Yeah, that's true.
But we define flow as being different.
Yeah, totally.
So.
Flow is like when you are so in tune with yourself, I feel like. It's like when your mind and your heart, that's not the side your heart's on, your mind and your heart like connect almost, and like you feel like you can take on the world, but it's in a good way. Like it's not like a, oh my god, I gotta do it this way to impress this person, and like I get this all done by this point. For example, like the video that I put up on Wednesday, I was in complete flow. Like I filmed the video, I edited it, and I uploaded it. Thanks, man. But I uploaded it all in the same day to go up the next day, right? And that never happens. But I was in flow. And now I'm trying to remember, like, how did I get into that? We got up early that day. We went out for a nice breakfast. We treated ourselves.
We had a good chat, connected with our souls, hearts and souls.
And then I talked to Lindsay about the Avengers and got all that shiz off my chest. And
the sun was out.
Yeah.
A lot happened that day.
A lot did happen that day.
It wasn't busy.
Yeah, it didn't feel packed. It felt like, oh, it was just like a day in the life. Like it wasn't like, okay, gotta do this from this time to this time. I'll do this from this time to this time. I'll do this. Which I mean, I don't want to sound like being busy is a bad thing because I don't think it is. But there's definitely a difference between busyness and being in the flow.
Yeah, flow doesn't have FOMO because you're so connected with who you are, what you need, what you're doing. And even if you're not, you're like, it's okay, body. I know you're not happy being busy, but we're flowing. I don't know.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
That kind of also relates, I think, to like listening to yourself. And like Jay and I have been talking a lot about going inwards and like what that means to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also can relate to that too, because it's like you have to know when to say like, okay, take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pump the brakes. You know, like let's just listen to ourselves and just relax about it. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
Well, we were going to talk about the simple life. That was the topic. You were like, I said something like, the simple life. And you were like, so I think that would be like, wow, Maggie really needs some simplicity, maybe.
Well, because I crave the simple life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think, okay, this is gonna sound like so cheesy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That I crave the life for like loving yourself and loving the people around you is the top priority. Not just trying to, I don't know, like get to a certain goal or achieve a certain thing. It's like being in that love is the main thing.
Yeah, I think we're very similar in that respect.
Yeah.
But I get caught up in the FOMO.
Yeah.
Whereas, deep down, I think my deepest wish is to just be like happy in place and like supported and supporting the people around me. Yeah. And I think like I'm not very ambitious. Would you say? Like I feel like
you're more ambitious than I am, probably.
Well, but not ambitious in the way like what my future goals are.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. You're kind of like, I want to do this, but like I can also do this. Like I'm not trying to put any stress on myself. But at the same time, you still do. It's a mixture of emotions.
I just have no balance at this point, but I'm working on it. I think that's why I like having these talks about FOMO, because I haven't found balance.
Very few humans, I feel like, have found it completely, or like have kept it going. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's.
I don't think you really need to keep it going forever.
What is the word like? That's unrealistic. Exactly. That's the word.
Exactly. I can't believe that word came to your mind so slowly, because you said that to unrealism is like something you complain about all the time when we watch movies. Like, this is so unrealistic.
Yeah. I do say that a lot.
It's so weird how weird I feel talking about the simple life. Like how I feel like I'm gonna get so much judgment for saying this. Like the idea of just working from home and like raising your kids and like living a life like that, to me, even though I am girl power all the way, that still really appeals to me. You know?
But then we were saying that is girl power.
It is. That's true. That's true. It is girl power. It's just not the way that we're, I guess, shown it in the media.
Yeah, girl power should be like out there, like
hustling.
Which is great. I love to see girls hustling.
Yeah, me too. Raising your kids can be considered hustling. You know, like that's why I follow so many mom bloggers on YouTube. I keep thinking like, how do you have time to do all this stuff plus having your baby? Like, how are you not just like in your sweats with the TV on, changing your baby's diaper? Like, I'm just like, how do you go back to work that instantly? And I think real is that they don't show them doing that because they're probably afraid of getting judged or something like that. But I think that, like, for example, like, I always talk about how I love seeing badass women in TV shows. Like, Shonda Rhimes always has a badass woman as, like, her main character, which I love. But at the same time, it's like, do I want to be them? Or do I just like watching them do their thing? Talk about what it means to you.
Do I have thoughts?
Yeah, do you?
Yes, I have thoughts. Yes. The simple life. I was thinking about when we were having chats in the fall, and we were trying to envision our future. Like, whenever I do that, I realize, like, oh, I don't want a lot. I just want to have, like, nice food, nice friends, like, nice family. And I think that's so great to identify that, because then you realize, like, oh, those are just human things that everyone wants.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the beauty of the simple life.
You're in touch with the love.
Yeah, which is...
Yeah, like for example, I just love cuddling with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I'll just lay out on the floor and cuddle with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I probably could be doing so many more things right now, but this is what I want.
I love that. Because I love things like that too. I even love, like I was saying the other night, like I just love watching the sky change throughout the day.
Yeah,
Like I love sitting by the window, but I find like busyness or like chronic busyness or, what was I going to say? It was flowing there for a moment and then I was like, I got distracted.
I got nada.
I love, yeah, just like having that like cup of tea and like I feel like kind of the Zen tradition of just like finding like beauty and tranquility in like small things, and like I love being out in the garden and like looking. My friend Hani is always like getting me to look at little buds coming out on the tree as just like pieces of joy like in the day, and that's really connected with mindfulness and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love doing that, but I don't, and I think it's because FOMO and busyness destroy the simple life. Because I'm like, oh, I can't enjoy snuggling with my dog. I wish with Maggie's dog because like there's so many things out there in the world that I need to go get, and that's such a like an imposed on you thing, especially if you enjoy being at home with your dog.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, the angle might be a little bit different. I had to change the battery in the camera, and
I apologize.
You know, but Lily's like, y'all moved me, how dare you?
My main takeaway from this chat has been, wow, the meaning of life. No, but like,
hey,
like
it's true.
Do things out of love rather than fear. Like whenever, if you're gonna constantly do things because you're afraid of missing out or afraid, you're not in flow.
No, you're just acting out of fear.
Yeah, flows with the love.
The life you want to lead might not be the same life that someone else you know leads. And that's okay. Like, not everybody has to lead the same cycle of life.
I'm just thinking, a friend read me a poem, and it was every line started with I want. Like, I want to have, like, a sports car and drive it really fast, and it was like, I want to live like in the middle of the woods off the grid, and it was like, I want, and it was just like all these things, and it was so relatable. I want to be like friends with lots of people, like I want to have tons of alone time, and they were all kind of contradicting and like really unrealistic, but it was just nice to read, to be like, yeah, we all have, like, we all want things we can't have in this moment.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it won't ever happen.
And it doesn't mean we can't flow with this moment.
Yeah.
I like this topic.
Me too.
I feel like I will notice my FOMO more.
Yeah, I think I'll be more aware of it.
In a more better way now. No. You know when you say things in your head and they make you laugh, you're like, I'll just say it out loud. And you're like, oh no, why?
Yeah. I know what you mean. When like you kind of over embellish your weirdness and you're like, whoa.
I could have brought that down a few notches.
Taking that down a couple bits. Oh,
over embellish your weirdness. That's
what I mean.
That's a good quote. Bedazzle your...
Oh no, where is this going?
I know, I was like, what am I going to say? I was going to say bedazzle your weirdness, but it didn't. I feel like another word. Bedazzle your...
Vagina?
Yeah, that's where I was going. And I was like, why is it going there? That's fine if you want to.
Oh my god.
What just happened?
I don't even know.
What is this video about? We don't know.
Whatever.
Bedazzled vaginas. That's so beautiful.
Oh gee. I think we're done.
What do you think, listeners?
I think we should be done.
I think so too. Thank you for listening.
They're watching and listening.
For watching and listening. And being a cool human.
Oh my god.
Please bedazzle your weirdness.
Not your vagina.
I think that's the end. Cut action.
Oh
no,
man.
Cut action. What do they say when it's over?
That's a wrap. Cut. That's a wrap. But thank you so much for watching this video, and thanks Jay for being on the channel today.
Thanks for having me.
This is so much fun. I had a really good time.
I hope it's fun to edit for you.
We'll have to see. I can neither confirm or deny.
I hope
it's in flow.
It's flow.
Me too.
And there is no fear involved.
Same. And same to you.
Like a fish swims in the river.
Okay, can I end the video now, please?
I think I've embellished my weirdness too much.
Okay.
Just enough.
But thank you for watching, and make sure, as Jessie would say, embellish your weirdness. And we hope that this video was fun and maybe relatable in a way.
Please embellish the comment section with comments. End it.
Let's end
Okay, let's say bye in a nice way.
2, 1. Bye! That was not real.
Bye.
Peace out. We out.
Say hello.
So Jay and I,
Okay. I feel like you should turn your mug the other way.
Why?
Because it says best grandma ever on that.
But there's both on both sides.
Oh.
You're the one who bought me this thing.
Ah. Maybe I could do like this and you could like insert it in the video.
I'm not that technologically savvy.
FOMO right here, and then it's not really there, but like later on with like green screen, creative effects.
What do you think this is? Warner Brothers? So that's pretty good.
Because we were, yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just thinking like, no, it was like one of those moments where I was like, ah!
Oh my god.
Maggie doesn't want my glass in the frame.
It looks like wait.
That's why I keep doing this.
It looks like a red Solo cup or something. Like
I thought it would go with my
Jesse's
pajamas
drinking
well.
the booze early in the AM.
I'll keep. You didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything.